Welcome to another edition of Offside brought to you by Arsenal Fans Beat. On this edition of the show, I've got my colleagues in the studio. The regular guy from Chelsea, Michael.
The Blues never lose.
I know, right? I have Nene Fufana and I have the cutie guy, Gasi Musila. On this edition of the show, we'll be talking about a couple of things. Looking at the London derby between Arsenal and Chelsea, where both sides are vying to take pride as those that have the superiority of London. These two sides have met a couple of times. Arsenal has come up top 83 times over Chelsea, winning 66 times, while both sides have also shared 60 draws among themselves. But somehow, we're going to see what is going to happen because the two sides are coached by Pep Guardiola's protege, Arteta and Enzo Maresca. But somehow, these two sides also have billionaire owners. On the other side, Chelsea have this idea of wasting money, like we always say in Arsenal. While Arsenal somehow
investing.
We also have the guy Kroenke that are also trying to manage the way they spend their money. Arsenal went to Italy yesterday and somehow they bottled it up and lost against Inter Milan. And thirdly, we're going to be looking at the controversial issue of Hugo Lloris, a former Spurs goalkeeper, who complained that the gift they received from their chairman 4 days before the Champions League finals in 2019 angered the players, and it created a disarray in their camp, and somehow they went to that finals against Liverpool and they lost. Guys, I want to come to you guys. Somehow Arsenal bottled it up. Do you really think Arsenal bottled it up, considering the fact that Arsenal played Inter Milan for the 5 minutes yesterday in the second half, and somehow they were unlucky to get a goal after going down by that penalty, which was caused by Mikel Merino? I want to start with our enemy, Chelsea. So you tell us what your view is.
Chelsea is not an enemy too.
I know, right?
Even though we are battling for the pride, but God knows the pride, of course. Chelsea we are the pride. Definitely in the Champions League, I always support the English side. I'm very much disappointed that the only English side that was able to give us a victory, something to celebrate, was Liverpool. However, I encourage the performance Arsenal put up yesterday. It was very much encouraging. I don't know, maybe it is the panic mood. Don't be afraid. You come and we'll see what will happen. Don't be afraid. That's the panic mood. Yeah, but in football, you have to take advantage of moments. You've got the Champions League. See what you can get out of it. Then you can come on Sunday and face us. But don't give away points. Just because you've had Chelsea, you've got like 2 games, you just drop in points.
You see why I call the guy our enemy. Anyway, Nene, I see that you're shaking your head. So what do you have to say to counter what this man is saying? Where did we go wrong yesterday?
He's free and open to his opinion and thoughts. To me, the whole thing, we really played well, like you made mention. We did our best. I just see that luck wasn't in our side, because sometimes it takes luck. They were lucky to have a penalty, and the penalty decided to win. If it was only by the performance and how we played, I think we deserved better. But unfortunately, we didn't win. I'm happy with the boys. I'm happy with the squad. They fight. They did well. It was just unfortunate.
And quite unfortunate. Yassimo, I saw some moment of energy from the players compared to the match we played against Newcastle. But somehow I think we lacked that creativity in the final third. What did you think? Where did you think that Arteta got it wrong?
For me, it was a little too late performance last night. The performance that the boys put on, it was quite impressive at the end of the match, but taking a look at the selections of the squad, Mikel Arteta seems like, I don't know, he's always getting it wrong by playing Trossard in that midfield.
You think it's a question of him being stubborn?
Precisely. I think I will have accept with you concerning that. Trossard playing in the midfield position seems to not be working well for Mikel Arteta. Nwaneri came in 10 minutes to the match and Trossard played 80 minutes. The impact that Nwaneri created in the match was quite impactful than what Trossard did. In a sense, so I think it was a little too late. The changes, the substitutions were a little too late. Even this Gabriel Jesus, when he came in, you saw the spark. He was so active, creating all sort of
But I
pressure
think
against
I'm of the
Inter
opinion
Milan.
that Jesus was just running around and
No. I don't
I
think
didn't
so.
see no impact from him.
It did.
No, there was.
There was an impact. It created a lot of impact. It was tracking back. He was causing all sorts of contradiction, pressure against Inter Milan, and it shows that we are the team is as of now, because playing against Inter Milan at the San Siro, it shows the quality Arsenal teams have. You understand? Because playing Inter Milan, the tactics that Inter Milan put on was a low block, and it was very difficult for Arsenal to break when we don't have our midfield mystery Martin Odegaard. Even though he came in, but you know he just came from injury. So I think the performance was quite too
I
little.
feel Arsenal, your game is changing of late. Before last season to the start of the season, you look more attack minded. You project. You don't just hold the ball and bang and try.
We're just knocking the ball and knocking the ball.
Projecting for goal. And you see Arsenal was able to score goals, but now I see you're more focused on also defending, keeping teams from scoring, and you cannot. Up to now, you're unable to balance the two. Should we be aggressively attacking, or should we sit back and?
No, I think that we're having issues.
And I think this was what led to the red cards in the few games you are also at, because like even though you want to attack, you're also very much cautious to not to be caught at the back. So if you are taking the risk, then you have to be very much intentional in going out there and getting the goals. But if you want to take the risks and you are thinking of the consequences, then you are indecisive, and that will cost you.
Anyways, I think our biggest challenge has to do with we playing in the final third. In the final third, we're able to create that, give that killer pass that will lead to we scoring. Now, coming on Sunday, we're going to meet Chelsea. That is going to be a match that is going to be it's going to be a bumper Sunday. Guys, what do you think? Yes, we are on offside, and that's how we have the Chelsea man. What do you think Arteta should do to change the pattern of play and go for a killer victory in that match on Sunday? That's it.
For me, let's just stick to the plan, because come Sunday, that's the match for Arsenal to lose. We cannot even afford to draw that match, because if we do, it's on our own detriment. It's, for me, it's considering the fact that we have lost the league totally if we were to lose that match. So I think Mikel Arteta will just have to select his squad properly this time around. Playing Trossard in the midfield for me has not been working. So I think, thankfully, Martin Odegaard is back. So I want him to at least introduce Martin Odegaard. You understand? Play him in the midfield. Let him play. 1 year, yes, he's good, but these are not the matches for him to play. Even though he has that charisma, the character.
You of all people,
I'm telling you,
and the man is proving his little game after game.
I'm not saying that the boy is not good. Of course he is.
So which game is going to be right for him?
There are more games first.
Oh boy.
Oh.
There are games where 1 year he will play, but this is Chelsea, and Chelsea are not to be underestimated. They are good. They can hold you in the counters. They have good wingers who have pace, who have speed. You understand? And for me, I'm looking at it. Our defense does not have that speed as quite recent time. The defender that we used to have, Bellerin and others. But for now, we are just managing our defense. There is not formidable. The defense was not formidable as of now. So I think Mikel Arteta will just have to introduce Odegaard. Let him come back to the team. He's the captain. You know, he's that kind of player.
What's the guarantee that Odegaard is going to come back a better player or continue from where he stopped?
Let's be optimistic. Odegaard is a professional player. He's a professional player. You understand? And he knows the team. He knows the players. He's that type of player that at least can give those defense splitting passes. That is what we lack with the match against Inter Milan.
Okay.
So I think if he introduce him, I think we'll stand a better chance to win Chelsea.
Okay, we stand a better chance of winning Chelsea. Michael, Enzo Maresca, you guys seems to be fashioning a playing style. Prior to this time, you don't have a playing style. But now, you guys seems to be coming up stronger, especially with your draw at the Old Trafford last weekend. So where do you think Arsenal is going? I mean, Chelsea is going to hurt Arsenal in this game.
Yeah. First, Enzo Maresca has done a great job. For me, I would say it's a big surprise for me. Signing a coach from the Championship, you know, there are so many. We're unbelievers. So many fans were unbelievers, but he stepped up. But for me to say he's got it right, he's still learning. Nothing has been settled in Chelsea. And I feel his discipline is what has kept Chelsea getting the results. We're not yet there, that's for sure. But it's discipline. He always checks in the players.
No,
So
I'm happy that you know that you're not yet there.
yes, your performance was not good. I'll drop you off based on the performance, based on training, and you see the players are stepping up because nobody's assured. Nobody's assured in the sports 11. And if he's going to play Arsenal, we've got a staggering record against Arsenal for now, and him playing almost Liverpool, Man City, Manchester United, and we are still unable to get a victory against one of these big sides. If you're going in for the top 4, you're going in for the Premier League, then you have to be able to beat these strong sides in order for you to have that confidence of winning the league. I feel this is another test for him, and it's a test that he must measure up, at least get a win, and he can boost the spirit of the club.
Okay. Nene, your
Well,
opinion?
firstly, I just hope that the Arsenal that played against Inter will play against Chelsea, not the one that played against Newcastle. Chelsea hasn't been able to beat us throughout last season, and they can't beat us this season. I'm very confident with the team, and I know we are going to step up because it's a derby. We've lost our last 2 matches. There is a fighting spirit in the boys' head. And yesterday, I wasn't happy with the defeat, but the boys were able to learn something. You can even tell after the match that Mikel was all to himself, and it was sad. So that sends a message, it sent that we are not ready to lose to Chelsea. We are going to fight no matter what happens. And there are some positive updates as well. Odegaard is back. That's our skipper. That's a tactician. Is the one that connects the midfield to the forward, and that is what we have been lacking. People have been complaining that Saka hasn't been his best because the relationship between him, Odegaard, and Ben White, and Odegaard is the one at the center, so it's not there. So because of that, the team has been struggling. The left side, we have been complaining Martinelli hasn't been getting it, so hopefully Trossard will start and see where we are going. But I'm very, very, very positive that we are going to win this match, and we are going to put on a great performance because the Arsenal that I know, we like this battle, we like the fight against big teams.
Especially one will drop points in the last 2 games.
Exactly, the boys are hungry. We can tell from yesterday. I just feel luck is on our side as well because sometimes we need luck.
Okay, we'll come to that point where we'll be looking at the combined 11 because these 2 teams, Arsenal seems to have a couple of young players, and Chelsea also, from what Todd Boehly is building, is looking at a couple of young players for the future and all that. So let's start from the goalkeeper. Between Sanchez and Raya, who do you go for?
Without sentiment, I will go for the Arsenal goalkeeper, considering the clean sheets and the saves, crucial saves he's been making. We've seen he steps up more of our big moments.
Okay.
You see, step up. Arsenal should have lost to Man City if it was not for his saves, crucial saves. I cannot raise a finger up for Sanchez. His passing is very poor. Sometimes his positioning and his IQ for reading the game is very slow. Unlike, it doesn't come out more often to punch balls and make this risk. Most of it is just too conservative and is off reading the game. So I'll take Raya over Sanchez.
You guys agree for that?
Okay, I will say.
So give us your back 4.
My
You
back,
already have Raya, so the defenders now.
yes, my back 4, of course, I'll go with this Saliba. He's available. I'll go with Cowell also. The wing back, I'll go Cucurella, and I will go with James. Definitely, that will be my 4.
Are you guys okay with that?
Hell no.
So complete your team.
Yeah, I've completed the back.
Your back 4, okay. Your choice.
My back 4, Saliba and Gabriel Ose, and I'll go with James over Ben White. I'll go James over Ben White.
James over Ben White?
Yes, seeing that
James has not been consistent.
Ben White is not back as his form. Although yesterday performed really well, but so far I think James has been proving it.
Okay.
Then I'm going with Timber. Looking at they have similar traits with Cucurella. He made a very impressive forward play yesterday, Timber, that should have given us a goal. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. So I'm going with Timber. His attacking spirit, his defensive spirit, and he's a fighter. So I'm going with Timber over Cucurella.
That's it.
I'm a bit different with their lineup. For me, I think I'll have to go with Saliba and Gabriel at the centre back, and for sure, I'll have to go with Michael's defend for the right back and the left back. I think Chris James is more clinical than Ben White as of now. You know, even though both of them just came from injury, but the impact that Chris James is doing for Chelsea is quite impactful than that of Ben White. And for the left back, I think Cucurella is quite impressive now. Timber is been on and off recently, but yes, exactly. But if he's stable like Cucurella, for me, there's no way I will leave Timber, because he's that type of defender that is aggressive. He can move forward, he can overlap, he can pass, he can take on you one-on-one than Cucurella. So I think for now, I would just have to go with Cucurella.
So we have the goalkeeper, Raya.
Yeah.
We have Cucurella. We have James.
Saliba and
They
Gabriel.
are the middle. I think you and Nene are on the same page.
Yeah, on the same page.
But I don't see Colwill.
No.
Colwill? No. Okay, let's go to the midfield. Your midfield.
Yeah, midfield, of course, the best only midfielder now in the Premier League, you know. Undoubtedly the Caicedo.
Now you've been sentiment.
Very consistent.
But imagine.
Very consistent. We cannot talk of last season. We're talking presently. We've seen his goals, his way of playing, the holding, the course of play. I think is very much good. I can take him alongside Declan Rice. The two can match up. And are we going a 4-3-3?
Let's do the 4-3-3.
Or forward. And another creative midfielder, then I'll go to Odegaard.
I totally disagree with him. I can never choose Caicedo over Partey. Our 40 years old grandpa with his performance.
That guy is a midfield maestro.
He can take over your entire midfield by himself.
On a
And he
good
can
day.
on a good game.
Inconsistent Partey.
Inconsistent Partey. Have you seen him?
Sunday will tell. Don't worry.
Wow.
Sunday will tell.
Caicedo over Partey. No way.
Okay, complete your choice.
So I'm going with Partey, and of course our Rice, our 100 million Rice that has proven his worth. I'm going
the
with
best type of Rice.
Exactly. I'm going with Rice and asking for our captain Odegaard.
Yeah, me, I love Arsenal for sure. You know, for Thomas Partey and Caicedo, I think I'll have to go with Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey, the way he has been playing, you saw what happened. Yeah, whenever he played in right back and in the midfield, they are quite different. You saw what happened in the match against Inter Milan, the match against Liverpool. You know, the differences. Partey in the midfield dictates the midfield for me, unlike on that of Caicedo. You understand? Exactly. So you see, so I think I'll have to go with Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey, Rice, and Cole Palmer, because Odegaard, he just came from injury, so I will not choose Odegaard over Palmer for now. So I think I'll have to go with Palmer, Cole Palmer, Rice, and Partey.
Okay. I think from what I'm seeing, you seem to be the odd one, because both of them went for Odegaard. The only place that are having issue is Caicedo and Partey. So you are the odd one. So your attack.
Attack, of course, Jackson is going to be a pointed knife. I know whenever I hold the ball in the midfield, there will be somebody there that will run to space, that will open up the play. He's got his confidence of dribbling. Though he's got some clinical effects, but lately he has been improving. And I hope he improves and he's going to get a goal. Then I'll go for the wing. I'll go Saka. And the wing, I'll go Saka. Then the other wing, I'll go Cole Palmer, because also playing the attack. Cole Palmer.
So that means you're not playing 4-3 again.
That's 4-3-3.
That's 4-3-3.
Okay.
It's
Cole
converted
Palmer
Palmer as a winger.
Okay, and you?
A star boy. Between Jackson and Saka, I'll go with, because of
Jackson
the way
and Saka or
Jackson and Carver, sorry. Because of my midfields and the connection, I'll go with Kai Havertz over Jackson, because my midfielder, they are more used to playing together with Kai Havertz, so with Saka. And I'll agree with him choosing Palmer over Martinelli because we all have been seeing Martinelli
It's
and
been awful.
exactly and the impact of Palmer. So I'll go with Palmer, Kai Havertz, and our star boy Saka.
For me, it's a bit different as always. I think Saka or Starboy, and I will have to go with Nicholas Jackson in the attack, and Pedro Neto.
Okay. Do you guys think Jackson is more potent?
Yeah, they are two
than
different,
Kai
two
Havertz?
different players.
Yes.
Yes, Jackson is that out and out striker for me. Kai Havertz is not. Kai Havertz is just an inverted striker.
Okay.
So you see, so I think that is the difference for me.
Okay.
You know, and for the left side, left wing, Pedro Neto is more of a player than that of Martinelli as of now. Martinelli is sluggish, wasteful, you know, and he just run with the ball and just waste it. But Pedro Neto is that player that is direct, he's purposeful, and you know what he wants. Understand? And for sure, Bukayo Saka is ever reliable. You know, because for me, he's the most attacking, creative player in the Premier League. I think he has the most assists than all of the players as of now. So I think that is my front line.
Okay, from the look of things, guys in the comment section, you have to make your comments count by looking at what they've selected as the combined 11. From my own opinion, I can see it's a balanced situation here because most of the players they also mentioned, like Gassimo and Michael, they tied up, and Nene and Michael, they tied up in some areas. But it promises to be a formidable match on Sunday. It is the match you mustn't miss. So it's going to be a bumper-packed Sunday for the Londoners in the Premier League and all over the world, because it's going to be a heated one where Enzo Maresca will want to prove to Arteta that he has learned so much from Pep Guardiola, and Arteta will want to prove that, look, come, you just came from the Championship. I've been here. So with experience, we'll see what's going to happen. Now we'll come to the most controversial one. It has to do with the 2019 Champions League final between Tottenham Hotspur and Liverpool. I'm proud to that match. 4 days before that match, Hugo Lloris recently came out to say, and you will remember Hugo Lloris was the captain of Tottenham Hotspur and also their goalkeeper, just came out to say the gift given to the players angered the players, and it created a kind of dissension in the camp of Tottenham before the finals. And what did he say? He said Daniel Levy came to the players in the dressing room and said, look guys, there is a sponsor that has given us a gift, and the gift happened to be an Avatar ritual which is worth £10 million. And when they opened it, what they saw was their names engraved on each of the wristwatches and with the tag Champions League finalists. Now the question is, do you think that gift created a dissension in a positive way or negative way for the team? Because it happened that Tottenham went to that finals and they bottled it up. They lost that Champions League finals to Spurs. And I want to ask my guys, if they really think that gift created a problem among the players, just like Hugo Lloris and Vertonghen and other players that played for Tottenham in that Champions League finals are complaining today. Guys, you've heard it. Hugo Lloris is not happy. He said it was a stinking gift from the chairman, and it created a lot of dissension among the players. I want to start with you, Michael. What is your opinion? How do you see this? Do you think the players were right? Psychologically, did they affect them or not?
Well, the things I know about gifts is that whenever somebody gives you gift, we take it to be based on good intention. But gifts are always given with an intention. And you don't just celebrate. And what was he celebrating? Giving them the watch and celebrating them as finalists. You don't want to go into the final and you'll be celebrated as a finalist. If anybody wants to give you gift, somebody must give you hope, like, okay, congratulations, champion, or what. You don't want to be referred to as a finalist or what. So I feel psychologically, Hugo Lloris was in the room. Hugo Lloris was in the team. Hugo Lloris was the captain. And if he's coming out and voicing out his opinion, it's because he was affected psychologically with that. And he also compares that he was not the only one that had a problem with it. Other players also were like, why are we receiving this gift with our names on it and the imprint saying Champions League finalists? So if we look at it, I don't know, but from my own point of view, I don't think it has a very positive effect on it. I think it play on the psyche of the players, and they feel negative. It dampens their spirit. If you are going into a final, everybody wants to say, okay, congratulations, or you wait after and give something like champions, or even if they are not champions, after the finals, you give them that as a consolation. Then it gives more meaning and courage. But before the finals, you're already titling them as, okay, you are the finalists. So I feel it was not something positive, and the intention behind the gift is what Hugo Lloris is questioning. And I feel he was in the situation, so he knows the mood.
He knows, and as a captain, he knew how damping the morale of the players.
He knows the morale, he knows the mood. I feel it's very negative, even though it's a gift. I don't know what other people might say about it, but it's negative, and we see the result.
Nene, we saw in that finals that Luka Mora, who happened to have taken Tottenham Hotspur from the quarterfinals to the finals, where we did not see Harry Kane play because of injury. And somehow, when you got to the final, you were expecting that the player that had been the golden boy and giving victory to the team would have started the finals. And somehow, Harry Kane came to play that final, and Luka Mora was benched. Do you think that that gift happened to play a role in the selection of the coach prior to the finals?
First of all, the gift was from a sponsor. Secondly, the sponsor did not determine the squad, the coach did. Unless if there is a reason to back it up, or there is a proof, sorry, not only a reason to back it up, that the owners or the sponsors are the ones that selected the team to face Liverpool on that finals. Otherwise, this is Lloyd's opinion. Gift comes with good intention, for all I know. Everybody have their opinion or their way of accepting something. To me, it's positivity, and the word finalist has a different meaning to me. Finalist means that somebody that has reached to the final stage of a particular competition. It doesn't determine whether you are the winner or you are the loser. It only means that you have reached to the final stage of a competition, and this gift was given 4 days before the match has been played, and the match determines who wins the competition. If it should have been given, okay, I'm playing the match, then the gift comes in early this morning, even at that, to me it's a motivation. Okay, these people are behind us, our sponsors are happy that we have reached to the final stage of the competition. They are not trying to tell us that you guys are not going to win. No way. How can somebody spend 10 million pounds for a single watch for an individual, and mind you, the entire squad were entitled to this watch? Come on, I can't spend that money expecting that these people are going to lose. I give it to them to show that, look, we are with you, please go and win this. So I'm seeing them that they are just trying to blame their failure or the issue they are having with their coach or so at the shoulders of the owners. And looking at Spurs, these are people that haven't get to that point. They don't even have a trophy, a major trophy to show for. Say in their cupboard that this is what we have won. They have no FA Cup, no Carabao Cup. Talking about the Champions League, wherein they were able to play the finals ahead of PSG, ahead of Arsenal, ahead of Real Madrid, who are mostly the favourites to win the Champions League. They are there to play the finals. To the owners, to the team, to the club, to the fans, it's an achievement. There comes a time where we Arsenal fans and even the owners, we are hoping for Arsenal just to be in the top 4 to play the Champions League. And we see last season or season before last, we reached to that point. Every Arsenal fan was happy. We were all celebrating. So that's the impact of the Champions League to us football lovers. Talking about them reaching to the finals and a sponsor gifting them, to me it's nothing but positivity.
Okay, talking about positivity. Now, Gassimo, there's an interesting scenario I want to create from what Michael and Nene have said. Now, she is of the opinion that the gift created a dissension and it created a negative impact on the team, which I told the line also. Now, Nene said no, that the gift doesn't mean anything. It was like kind of an incentive for them to go to the finals and win. Now, do you think, or rather, don't you think this is the making of Daniel Levy? Because he's not interested in winning trophies, he just want to make money. Why did I say that? Now, 3 days before Carabao Cup, Jose Mourinho has the penchant of going from club to club. Every club he has coached, he has won at least a trophy. And he was on the verge of winning a trophy for Tottenham Hotspur. Let's say, for example, the guy is a bad egg. He brings a bad impression into the team and everybody is in disarray, they're not happy. But Jose Mourinho getting to the finals of Carabao Cup, no matter the team is going to play, he will come out with his best technical or tactical prowess to win the game. He was sacked 3 days before the finals of the Carabao Cup. And from the history we know of Jose Mourinho, he has not gone to any club that he hasn't won anything. Even the last place he went before he went to his current club in Turkey, Roma, and hadn't won the cup for how many decades. He went there and painted the city of Roma with a Conference Cup winner. So now, 3 days before Carabao Cup final, Daniel Levy decided to ask him. Now I'm trying to tie that action to the decision of Daniel Levy to receive a gift, which the player's name were engraved, Champions League finalist. For me, I'm looking at it from the psychological point of view, how it affected the players' morale. Because these players were pumped, they were charged to go and win this match. And somehow he just came and gave me a gift that nailed it and said, look, I'm a finalist. So whether I win the cup or I don't win it, I'm looking at it from this perspective that for a chairman that is really willing to win trophy for his club side, you would have either kept that gift and wait until after the finals. You've already told them that you have a sponsor that have given us something, but after the match, you're going to have it. So why disrupt the unity in the team? Because you don't know the level of psychological and mental, tactical formation that the coach has pumped in these players, prepped them up for before the match, before you told them this 4 days before. So you tell us your opinion, because none of your opinion that thing was just a gift and it was a motivation. And Michael here has indicated clearly that that thing was a distraction.
Okay, yes. For me, it's a different ball game, you understand? Now, giving a gift to a competitor before the match, before a final, you understand? It has different impact psychologically that will have to be created to that individual. Now, let's say it depends on the nature of the gift and the relationship between the giver and also the recipient, the relationship that they have, you understand? Now, looking at the Tottenham point of view, the gift was given before the final, you understand? It was not given after the final, understand? And for me, my own opinion is that if they give you a gift before the final, it's a pre-gift for me, you understand? And there is a differences. It can either be a source of motivation, you understand? It's a source of, in order for the players to reduce their anxiety before the match, because that match it's a final, the Champions League final, and it's one of the biggest final in the football world, you understand? And now, if Hugo Lloris came out and said the gifts did impact them psychologically, for me, it's a baseless argument, it's a baseless statement, because you are the player. They give you something in order to at least motivate you. The sponsor that gave them the gifts was not the owner, was not the coach, and he has no say in part of what is happening in the Champions League final. And the gift was given 4 days before the Champions League final, you understand? So for me, I would look at it as if they lack the ability. They knew that, okay, we are not going to win this final, so let's use this as an excuse in order for us to at least leave what the pundits or the people might want to say against us. You spoke of Jose Mourinho, yeah, when he was sacked 3 days before the Champions League final. That's the Carabao final. That's the discretion of the ownership. You know, Jose Mourinho.
The ownership is also the discretion of the ownership to disrupt the unity of the team by giving them a gift that turned them off.
That is your opinion.
No, it's not my opinion.
You understand?
Hold it there, Michael. You you will agree with me that Hugo Lloris is not speaking from his own personal point of view. He's speaking on behalf of
He
the
cannot
players.
speak for the others.
No,
He's speaking on his own
no,
view.
Exactly.
he's speaking. Hold on now. The captain of a club, and that's why you have it. Yes, that's why on the pitch
He can be the captain of the club if he is in the team.
Exactly.
You understand? But for now, he's not.
Talk to only the captain, and it is based on what he has received as complaint from the other players.
It cannot be all the players, but some players.
Some players. If you look at
Okay,
the review,
that is wait.
there were a lot of players that said they were upset.
I'm coming here.
Let
Let me say something. That is why I said initially at the start of my statement, I said it's based on the nature of the gift. If the gift was given to them as a source of increasing the pressure to them, then I would definitely agree, accept to you that the gift led to the psychological impact that made them to lose the Champions League final. But for now, we cannot tell whether the gift was given to them as a source of motivation or as a source of increasing the pressure against them. So we cannot tell. So you see, so
for you,
yeah, so it's
you
you understand.
opinion that the gift did not have any negative.
No, you are the player. You went to the Champions League final, put on your best performance. You did it throughout the group stage, the semi-final, the quarter-final. Why on at the final you cannot perform?
Yeah,
You understand?
In as much as he's making a point here, I think one thing I'm very critical about is you and I, we are not in the dressing room, and we are not the captain of that team. Hugo Lloris was the captain; he was in the dressing room. And if somebody that was in the dressing room is coming out with this feeling, then it was something that affected him. It is not a baseless. If it's baseless, it should have never. There was no need for him to come out and voice it out. It's showing that he was not satisfied, not just with the gift that was given, but what was written on the gift. Then you say it's a way of motivating. You cannot motivate somebody and you just at Champions League final just say congratulations to your finalist. You want more. If you're going into a finals or if you are training in for a competition, you want somebody by you to say, go out there, give your best, go winning, you're a champion, you're a winner.
Did I go write a champion?
But you have not, they have not yet won. No, they have not yet won. No, they have not yet won.
Your argument here was
No. They have not yet won.
Why won't you write you're a champion, you're a winner?
No.
No, you don't need to make
They are not. No, they are not a winner.
The gifts is based on factual.
Yes, they are competitors that have reached the Champions League final.
Okay, thank you guys.
You understand? No. I cannot agree to that.
I would never.
They have not yet crowned.
Yes, I could do a closing here. Okay, let's make our own.
Yeah, your final submission.
Let's make our own conclusion here.
Yes.
Now, okay, let's say also we have another fault that is management. Let's say we are here, we've got somebody that sponsors. Let's say we give it alcohol, and we have to do a podcast, and somebody bring 2 crates of stuff.
We have to drink.
Yes. Then we go out and drink, and come. Will you expect us to perform?
Never.
Is that a motivation?
Here you come back to what I said.
It's a motivation.
Here you come back. Exactly. Here you come back to what I said.
It's a motivation. Is it positive impact?
Is it positive impact?
That is why I said.
Is it positive?
So are you saying now, given a wristwatch, what 10,000 what? You understand? Is that a negative impact?
No, wait. Let's get a solution.
Given
I think we're performing the issue.
Exactly.
We'll have guys in the comment section to make a comment. No. So you tell us.
Getting from your own view and his own view, I will agree with him saying that depends to the context of the gift, the nature of the gift.
Is that your submission?
And what was written there. The person
What was
giving
it
the
that
gift.
affected them? That is
No,
what
there
he's
is
saying.
no way.
He said they
No,
justified
you make your submission. Let that make a
That's what
submission.
he's saying.
There is no way
He said it was affected by what was
somebody
written, not
stating
the
the
quality
fact.
of the
I am
words.
a factual individual. The fact about the matter is that the watch it was getting finalists, and my own understanding about finalists, everybody's general understanding about finalists, unless you both, is that
Hugo Lloris says
you have reached
not
to the
motivated by
final
finalists.
of a competition.
Okay, thank you very much.
That is the meaning of
Thank you,
finalists.
man. You give us your
Yeah,
submission.
for me, I'm a liberal person, Hugo Lloris, for me, he has that low mentality. He's a low mentality person because whenever someone gives you something because you have achieved something, it's based on motivation. You understand? So now the gift for me, it's a motivational impact to the players. So Hugo Lloris cannot just say, this thing affects me psychologically or it
It's a-
affects the
it's a-
players. No, and Hugo Lloris was the captain. He cannot speak for the players because he was not the. It's not the present time. You understand? So it's a two different thing.
Okay. Guys in the comment section, we've had this argument. We had a fantastic argument, and my entire team, they made their submission based on what their personal opinions are. So, but I want to say something here. The key driving force for me has to do with the psychology of individuals, especially when it comes to competition. During competition, players are pumped for different reasons. Little thing can turn them off. I am of the opinion that giving that gift at that time, telling them you guys are finalists, was something that affected the players. And psychologically, they were turned off, they were angered. And if players are angry before a final, there is no way they're going to give their best. They will just say, let us just go there and fulfill all righteousness. And on the second thought, just like Gassimo said, he said Hugo Lloris is a player of low mentality. I don't believe that, and that he's not speaking on behalf of the players. At the time this happened, he was the captain of Tottenham Hotspur, and at that point he's protecting the interest of the club and the players. There is no way he would have come out after the final and said this is what happened. He's only saying it now because he's no longer in the club. So he's giving you first-hand information of what transpired. And a lot of players that played in that final, they came up and said this is what affected them. If majority of the players came out and said, look, the back to what Hugo Lloris said, then you can't say he has not spoken in on behalf of the players. As a captain, he has said it, and that is what affected them. But on this show, we want to bring a psychologist to come to this show and give us the meaning of what words mean to players in competition. And we're sure going to do that before the week or next week, the next edition. We're going to ensure that we'll have a psychologist here, because it's only a psychologist that will come here and tell us what the impact of words can mean to players. And that's how it's been on this edition of the Offside. You see how all of us were adjusting, were sweating, were arguing, but at the end of the day, we're exchanging these banters for the love of this beautiful game of football. And from my team, I have Mickey. I call him Mickey, but it's Michael. Mickey, thank you for coming.
We're taking Arsenal this weekend.
No, that one, God
We're
forbid.
beating Arsenal this weekend.
God forbid.
We're the pride of London.
Okay, let me stop you there.
What is
And
this
I have-
prediction?
No, the man is just saying
It
offside.
seemed that in
It's
the
offside. The man is offside, you know.
Yeah.
And I have Nene, I have Gassimo. And from us, this is the offside. Until we come your way again, all of us are saying,
London is red.